Hello, good morning to everybody. Dear student friends, let us move on to another poem in English second year Pu textbook, that is To the Food from Its Child. To the Food from Its Child is written by Pablo Neruda. Pablo Neruda. Let me give some introduction, both about the poet and the translator. The poet, Pablo Neruda. This Pablo Neruda is the pen name of this poet. His actual name is Neftali Ricardo Elisa Reis Basal. I repeat, Pablo Neruda's original name was Neftali Ricardo Elisa Reis Basal. Then, what's the reason this Basaldo has changed his name into Pablo Neruda? This is the interesting thing. As a teenager, Neruda became known as a poet when he was still a teenager. He was composing poems, but his father was not in the favor of writing poems from his children. ಆತ ತನ್ನ ಮಗ ಕವಿತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬರೆಯೋದು ಅವಳ ತಂದೆಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಅಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಿಸ್ ಫಾದರ್ ಟು Neruda. That means raise the son. So he made an idea. Basaldo, that is Neftali Ricardo Reis Basaldo, made an idea. He took a pen name for composing the poems. That is Pablo Neruda. He chose his pen name after the Czech poet Jan Neruda. The then was a very famous poet, Jan Neruda. From his name, he has got this Pablo Neruda. ತನ್ನ ಕವಿತೆಗಳನ್ನು Pablo Neruda ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರಿನಿಂದ ಆತ ಪ್ರಕಟಪಡಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇದು ತಂದೆಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. But afterwards, his poems became very famous, and he has got Nobel Prize in 1971 for literature. Nobel Prize for literature in 1971. Poet ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ಅವರ ತಂದೆ ತಡೆದಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಆತ ಬಿಟ್ಟುಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ನೇನು, ತಂದೆಯ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟುಬಿಡ್ಬೋದಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಆತ ತನ್ನ ಕಂಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ poems, he continued composing poems, and he got a Nobel Prize for literature in 1971. And then he wrote in a variety of styles, including surrealist poems. Surrealist poems. What is this surrealism? Surrealism means this is a concept of a modern poetry, that is a 20th century poetry. Surrealism means, I will read here, a modern type of art and literature in which the artist represents in a dreamlike way unrelated images and objects in the mind. This is the 20th century art and literature, art of presenting poems or prose, etc. literature. ಕನ್ನಡದೊಳಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಪ್ತ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಅಭಿವ್ಯಕ್ತವಾದ ಅಥವಾ ಅತಿವಾಸ್ತವವಾದ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಆ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಪ್ರತಿಮೆಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರತಿಮೆಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಕ್ಷುಲ್ಲಕ ಅನಿಸಿರ್ತವೆಯೋ, ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆಯೋ ಅಂಥದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಆ ಪ್ರತಿಮೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ಅತಿ ವಾಸ್ತವವಾದವನ್ನ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನ Pablo Neruda ತನ್ನ ಕವಿತೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳಸ್ತಾರೆ. Then coming to the translator. The translator name is Alistair Reid. Most of the poems of Captain Neruda were translated in English by Alistair Reid. Alistair Reid is one of Scotland's foremost literary figures, admired as a craftsman in poetry, prose and translation. And then Reid has published over 40 books and translation of many distinguished poets. His publications include Vidari, which was published in 1978. It was an early selected poems and translations, and Oasis, a collection of prose and poetry describing his friendship with writers such as Graves, Neruda and Horace. The one lesson will come about this Horace afterwards. And let us see. This is the original poem, the name of the original poem in Chilean language written by Pablo Neruda. The title of that poem, that means this, translated this one by Alistair Reid. The original title of the poem by Pablo Neruda is Alpai Desde Sunino. I repeat, Alpai Desde Sunino. That means to the food from its child. This poem is from a collection of poems that is the poet Estra Megaris. Estra Megaris is the collection of poems published by Pablo Neruda in 1958. This is about the poet and the translator. One interesting I will tell you, my dear friends, why Pablo Neruda has written the food from his child, this poem. I think it was the time of Second World War. Before or after, nearly before and after of Second World War. There was a trend in the world, especially the rich countries. They wanted to extend their nation. That is called extensialism. ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಸ್ತರಣಾವಾದ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ one very bad trend was there, that is colonialism. The Spanish people colonized this Chile. The Chile come under their colony, and then they started to suppress the Chilean people and started to exploit the natural resources of Chile. The Spanish people exploited the natural resources of Chile. And then later on, perhaps I told after the Second World War, many of the capitalist countries or totalitarian countries or fascism countries, or I shall say particularly from USA, they came to this Chile. They found that Chile was very powerful richness in the resource of gold. So these capitalists, when they found that there was a natural resources very rich in gold in Chile, they started to exploit the gold mines. In addition to that, they began to exploit the plant products also. First, they wanted to exploit the gold resources of Chile, and then they started to exploit the plant products of Chile. And these people, these capitalists or totalitarian, they started to take the Chilean people as the workers to exploit their own resources, Chilean resources. ಅವರ ಸಂಪನ್ಮೂಲಗಳನ್ನು ಹೊರತೆಗೆಯುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಡೆಯುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ ದೇಶದ ಜನರನ್ನ ಇವರು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಯಿತು. And but they made the local people to work as a slave. took the Chilean people as slaves and made them to work. The life of local people was worse than the life of animals because they have become just like slaves. Their life become just like animals. And these capitalists, they did not give them means Chilean people any type of freedom. Any type of freedom. Moreover, they created a restricted environment to the native people of Chile. These all points, what I am telling now, can be found in the poem To the Food from its Child. Then, these people, without education, Chilean people, without education, without health facilities, without freedom to express their opinion, were made to work in those industries of capitalists. Looking at all this very disastrous condition of his own people, Pablo Neruda wrote this poem, To the Food from its Child. This poem tells us the hopeless life, hopeless situation of the Chilean people under the totalitarian government. The profit incurred or got by these industries or mines or factories or ministries, all these three important words are there in your poem, in the poem that is To the Food from its Child. Directly, the profit goes directly to the capitalists. And of course, this is kind of for people, perhaps throughout the nation, everywhere in the world, wherever there is a totalitarian government, wherever there is a dictatorship, and wherever there is fascism over the local people. All this condition, all this plight has made Pablo Neruda to write this poem, that is To the Food from its Child. This is what we can have as a history or a reason for writing this poem. And Neruda believes that our most intense experience of impermanence is not death, but our own isolation among the living. To the Food from its Child by Pablo Neruda is a narrative and descriptive poem which narrates the journey from life, from birth, childhood, until it becomes an adulthood and beyond until it dies. Besides narrating the experience of adulthood until its death, the poem also describes the changes that child's food undergoes until it becomes an adulthood. The poem presents a contrast between colorful dreams and humdrum realities of life. This is the main theme, main reason of main point of the poem To the Food from its Child. That means what I am saying is, what I have called the history or reason for writing the poem, that is not the only condition of those Chilean people, but also I have told you in the conclusion that wherever there is a totalitarian government, wherever there is a dictatorship, wherever there is fascism, in all the nations, we can see the same plight or the same condition which Chilean people in those days have suffered. It is in this poem we can see. In the next period, I will go through the poem line by line with explanation. Thank you very much.